Very good afternoon, Masquerase. My name is Ronald Huekwa Makusha, and I'm back so that we talk about important matters. This is the new year 2023, and we are here so that we uh, go on with our campaign for change. So let us take a look on ZANU PF. ZANU PF is showing the signs of panicking, and right now they are doing it at a more alarming rate, and I'm going to explain why. So let me try to fix my lighting here because it seems as if I don't have enough light. Yeah, I think it's now better. So what is happening is that ZANU-PF recruited a lot of people, a lot of propagandists, and they are using these propagandists to spearhead their own smear campaign on Advocate Nelson Chamisa and his team. And this time around, they are using people like Gabriel Chaibva, people like Anatunga Matutu. These are the people who are being used right now to smear campaign Citizens Coalition for Change. Let me show you this. And this is very important because it is being circulated on various WhatsApp groups. And we need to demystify this because a lot of people are asking, "Ndozvipi zviri kuitika izvi?" And they are having a theory about kuti hanzi Chamisa throws Job Sikhala under the bus. And you ask the question, how is that possible? Because what ZANU-PF wants is a divided opposition. So they know very well that if they divide the opposition, they are going to win. Job Sikhala is in prison for over 6 months right now. So if if Nelson Chamisa and Joe you will see that people are being used here by ZANU-PF. These are non-entities. These are people without consequences in the political arena. So as you can see right here on the tweet, the tweet from Gabriel Chaibva, where he said, "Not on Crossroads," after we were penned a letter accusing him for sending a poisonless food hamper. My close sources shared with me these excerpts. Job is officially under the bus. I'm shocked. So the question is, if Job Sikhala is in prison, if Nelson Chamisa wanted to get rid of Job Sikhala, he could just fire him from Citizens Coalition for Change, and nothing was going to happen. So if you look on all the leaders who are in Citizens Coalition for Change, they know very well that people are following Advocate Nelson Chamisa. Why? It was proved on the formation of Citizens Coalition for Change. People left MDC and they followed Nelson Chamisa. Go to the by-elections. People voted for Triple C, a new political party led by Nelson Chamisa. There is no secret. That is not a secret. That outside Nelson Chamisa, you won't win anything. So this is just a way of trying to maneuver and try to confuse the people. This is a screenshot which they've brought to Twitter right now, where they are accusing Advocate Fadzai Maere kuti she's working together with other leaders to make sure that they throw Job under the bus. But to what benefit? If you ask the question, to what benefit? So this is a clear sign that we are dealing with a movement which is failing. We are dealing with a movement which is now relying solely on propaganda. We are dealing with a movement or a political organization which is now relying on making sure that they spread falsehoods, they divide the opposition, and they make people see Advocate Nelson Chamisa as a dictator or as a bad person. So you would see that this is a clear sign that there is no way ZANU-PF is going to win these elections in 2023. This is a clear sign. If you see people running an overdrive of propaganda, paying people huge sums of money to run propaganda every day online, you'd actually see Kuti, the time has come. So, Team Zimbabwe, let us not be diverted by these people. They will say whatever they want, but our agenda is to make sure that we win the elections. Our agenda is to make sure that we release all political prisoners. There are a lot of people who are in jail, not because they've committed crimes, but because they are hated because they've played part in the politics, because they've criticized the government, because they've criticized the leaders, they've exposed the leaders. There are a lot of people, not only job seeker, there are people who are actually serving jail sentences in our prisons for crimes they didn't commit. There are so many people. There are people who have gone for 8 years. You are crying about job Sikhala who does have 6 months without trial. There are people with 8 years, 10 years without trial in our Zimbabwean prisons. And the question is, what is really happening? What is the role and what is the duty of the magistrates and the judges if we have people going for 8 to 10 years without trial? If that person is tried and found guilty and is sentenced to 2 years, what is going to happen to the years he spent on remand? 8 years, 10 years on remand. That is not fair. So you would see that what is happening to Honorable Job Seeker is just a tip in the iceberg. That just a grain of the rot. So we need to fix this whole thing. The agenda is not to take out Honorable Job Seeker from prison. No. The agenda is to take out Zimbabwe from the prison. We are in the prison at this moment in time. Zimbabwe is under arrest. Zimbabwe is on remand. Everybody else. So we need to make sure that we release Zimbabwe from the jaws of dictatorship. That is the agenda. So let us disregard all these messages which are being spread throughout Twitter, because Advocate Mahere came and cleared the air and said these tweets are fake. The tweets we are seeing right here, I've placed the screenshots here on the screen. These are fake, and they are meant to smear campaign advocate Nelson Chamisa and his team. It is not going to work. Why? It's because we are going to make sure that we fight back. We are going to make sure that we mobilize. We are going to make sure that in 2023, we vote for change. This year is the year for change. This year is the year for a new Zimbabwe. This year is the year for a great, great, great Zimbabwe, led by Advocate Nelson Chamisa. Advocate Nelson Chamisa does not have any role to play in the persecution of Honorable Job Sikhala, because without Advocate Nelson Chamisa, all these people won't get any votes. Everybody who is getting votes is getting votes at the expense of Advocate Nelson Chamisa, and it has been proven. So this is it, Team Zimbabwe. Let us remain united. Let us remain focused on the goal. The goal is to make sure that in 2023 we win elections. So what do we do? Register to vote. What do we do? Educate the people around you. What do you do? Make sure that you adopt a polling station. Make sure that you campaign at the polling station level, especially in the rural areas. And that will be the masterpiece for us to win these elections, because every person does have a role. You have to contribute in your own way. Make sure that we have won your constituency, we have won your ward, we've won your polling station. If you do that for the party, that will be very, very, very appreciated. So this is it, Team Zimbabwe. McDonald Pule, thank you very much for coming. Hans Job Sikhala is a comrade. He will never buy stupid propaganda. Yes, I agree with you, McDonald Pule. Honorable Job Sikhala is a comrade indeed, and we continue to stand in solidarity with him. He has been in prison for over 6 months, and it's so painful to relate. That is going to happen to a lot of comrades. This is just a beginning. A lot of comrades are going to lose their lives. Some are going to be amputated their hands. Some are going to be maimed. Some are going to be killed. A lot of things are going to happen as we move towards victory in 2023. But we remain resolute, because whatever the case, we are going to die. Whatever the case, we are going to be involved in various accidents or whatever, because there are no roads. There are people who perished during the festive season. These people were not politicians, but they perished during the festive season because of bad roads, because of bad drivers, because of corruption which is happening. So let us make sure that we correct these anomalies and we fight for change. So we have sacrificed our lives. We have sacrificed a lot. We have lost a lot. What is left is for us to find change, to get change in the year 2023. Thank you very much for coming. Soon after this program, I'm going to bring another program, the review of Wengidi's album. So please don't go far. Stay tuned. Tichitaura about Mukoma Wengidi's album. Timborona kuti pamasongs abuda so far zviri kumbofamba sei. My name is Ronald Wekwamakusha, and I hope that 2023 is going to be a fantastic year for all of you.